Haristuti, Shloka 30. Dvandvaikatvam yaccha madhubrahmana vakyaihi kritva shakropasanam asadya vibhutya yosau soham sosmyahameveti viduryam tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harimide. Anvayarthaha madhubrahmana vakyaihi यत् द्वन्द्व एकत्वं च कृत्वा विभूत्या शक्रोपासनम् आसाद्य यः असौ सः अहं सः अस्मि एव इति यं विदुः तं संसारध्वान्तविनाशं हरिमीडे. मधुब्राह्मणवाक्यैः. From the statements in the section known as Madhu Brahmanam, which is in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Dvandva Ekatvam Yat, the identity of Jivatma and Paramatma, which has been taught, that Kritvacha, here Kritva means Grihitva, receiving that knowledge, understanding that knowledge, and through that Vibhutya, also understanding the glory of Ishvara. Then further, Shakropasanam Asadya, again the knowledge of Paramatma gained from what is known as Shakropasanam. Shakropasanam is also known as Indra Upasanam, because Indra sought this knowledge from a sage and he gained this knowledge of Paramatma. So it is also known as Shakropasanam. So having gained that, what does one know? Yaha asau saha aham. The one who is Paramatma, that Paramatma I am also. In this way, aham saha asmi eva. Indeed, I am that Paramatma. Iti, the identity of Jivatma with Paramatma is ascertained. So, this kind of a ascertained knowledge, iti yam viduhu, identity of Jivatma with Paramatma, this knowledge, in this way, the one, that Brahman who is known by the yogis, tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harim ede, that Brahman, also known as Hari, I worship him, who is the destroyer of ignorance, which causes samsara. Now in this shloka, what is known as Madhu Brahmanam, a part of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, based on one of those mantras, is the structure of this shloka. To the extent possible, I will try to explain what has been taught. Let's see. Madhu Brahmana Vakyaihi. So, in the section known as Madhu Brahmanam, which is in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the teaching known as Madhu Vidya is taught. Now that word Madhu literally means honey. So Madhu Vidya actually means Brahma Vidya. It is knowledge received by Indra himself from sage Dadhyan Atharvanaha. There is an interesting story behind this, but the story is not the point here, so I won't talk about the story. According to that, even the Ashwini Kumaras received this knowledge from the sage. Now the word Madhu, honey, is to be understood as the essence of all the beings. And this knowledge itself is about the interdependence of all the objects in the world, the vital connection of everything under every condition, at every point of time, everywhere, everything is connected. Now this interconnectedness is very exhaustively explained in this section. Dvandva ekatvam refers to the identity between all the seeming dualities or seeming differences. The Upanishad sentences tell us that everything is organically related to everything else. That is, when you touch anything, you are touching everything. When you see anything, you are seeing everything. When you speak to anyone, you are speaking to everyone. Like this, the interconnectedness is spoken about. Let's look at this in some detail. We can't do justice to the whole thing here, but this is just to bring out the glory of the shloka by pointing out that it is the Upanishad content which is presented here in the shloka. So the Upanishad in this section, Madhubrahmanam, teaches that the entire universe of our experience does not have an independent reality of its own. So the word Madhu refers to mutual dependence. Anything which is mutually dependent is mithya. And this Jagat being mithya is unfolded in a particular way. The universe is divided into three components: Adhyatmam, Adhibhutam, and Adhidaivam. Adhyatmam means the subjective component consisting of the sthula sharira, that is the gross physical body, then sukshma sharira, the subtle body. In other words, our gross body form, the sense organs, and the mind. This forms the subjective component. Then Adhibhutam means the field in which Adhyatmam functions. For example, you take the organ eye. Eye is Adhyatmam, which reveals the world of forms and colors, which is Adhibhutam. Without eye, the colors and forms cannot be known. And if forms and colors are absent, the eye is of no use. Like this, both are mutually dependent. Similarly, every other sense organ and its field of operation are mutually dependent and connected. Like this, Adhyatmam and Adhibhutam are interconnected. Then, Shastra talks about Adhidaivam. It says, corresponding to each sense organ is a governing deity, that is Devata. For every Jnanendriyam, for every organ of perception, and Karmendriyam, organ of action, there is a Devata. Shrotrasya Digdevata. The ears are presided over by the deity called Dik. Tvacho Vayuhu. For the sense of touch, the Devata is Vayuhu. Now one point to note here. Here, when it is said Devata is Vayuhu, Vayu does not mean air, but it means the deity, the governing deity, Devata. Air is the physical form. So what is the Devata? It is exactly like you. There is a person there who is not the physical body, and that person is the Devata, Vayu Devata, who presides over the sense of touch. Like that, all the other devatas are to be understood. Chakshushaha Suryaha Devata. For the eyes, the Devata is sun. That is the deity presiding over sight. Rasanaya Varunaha. For the sense of taste, the Devata is Varunaha. Ghranasya Ashvinau. Ashwini Devatas form the presiding deities of the sense of smell. Like this, the organs of actions, they also function because of Devatas. Then each organ, blessed by the Devata, functions in a sphere of action. Each organ, blessed by the Devata, functions in a sphere of action. The eye, blessed by the Devata, can see forms and colors. The ears, blessed by the related devata, can pick up sounds and hearing happens. The devatas blessing each sphere of action is called adhidaivam. Thus, in brief, Adhyatmam is the Sthula Sukshma Shariram, which is connected to the physical universe, which is visible, Adhibhutam, and with the blessing of the governing deities, Devatas, Adhidaivam, all the actions take place. Like this, the individual is connected to everything. Everything in the universe is meaningful because of the individual's presence. This interdependence is very elaborately and extensively explained in Madhu Brahmanam, the section of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. One mantram on which this whole discussion is based is Iyam Prithvi Sarvesham Bhutanam Madhu. The mantram starts like this. This particular part, Iyam Prithvi Sarvesham Bhutanam Madhu, it implies the Adhibhutam aspect. It means this earth, Iyam Prithvi, is like honey enjoyed by all the beings. And then, Asyai Prithivyai Sarvani Bhutani Madhu. For this earth, all the jivas, all the beings are like honey because everything is absorbed into the being of the earth. Everything is taken back into the being of the earth. This establishes the mutual dependence of the beings, the Adhyatmam, with the Adhibhutam. Then the mantra goes on to say, Yascha ayam asyam prithivyam tejomayaha amritamayah purushaha yascha ayam adhyatmam sharirah tejomayah amritamayah purushaha ayameva saha yoyam atma idam amritam idam brahma idam sarvam. What it is teaching us is there is a Chaitanya Prakasha Rupa, a consciousness principle giving existence to everything, to what is known as earth, and also to the gross form of beings, the jivas. So, this same Chaitanyam is the same locus for the earth and the individual Purusha. It is different only because of the medium, the upadhi. Adhyatma and Adhidaivam, they are different mediums reflecting the same Chaitanyam. Upadhi is subject to destruction, but Chaitanyam always remains. Now that Chaitanyam is known as Brahman, the cause of the entire Jagat, Jagat Karana. Similarly, the interconnectedness of Adhyatmam and Adhidaivatam with respect to other devatas, sense organs and field of action is to be understood. Now the point is, Upanishad is teaching us that anything dependent, anything mutually connected is mithya. The universe is an interconnection between Adhyatmam, Adhibhutam and Adhidaivam. Therefore it is mithya. Then the Upanishad takes us to the next level of understanding. If Jagat is mithya, there must be a Satya Adhishtanam. That is what is mentioned as Ayameva Saha Yaha Ayam Atma Idam Amritam Idam Brahma Idam Sarvam. What it says is, it is that consciousness principle which is Amritam, immortal, Satyam, not limited by time and space. It is the truth of everything. So, Madhu Brahmana Vakyaihi Dvandva Ekatvam Kritva, seeing the identity of the apparently different things, through the words of Madhu Brahmanam, Vibhutya, understanding the glory of Ishvara, and also gaining that same knowledge which Indra gained from sage Dadhyan, Shakropasanam Asadhya. What do we know? We come to understand that Yo asau Parameshwaraha Soham. Yaha asau Parameshwaraha. That Parameshwara, which is the essence of everything, is also the truth of Aham. Saha Aham. So both Aham and Parameshwara are identical. Aham Saha Asmi Eva. Indeed, the truth of Aham and Saha, that Parameshwara, is one and the same. This is understood by the seekers and yogis. So unto that Parameshwara, with whom identity of Jiva is established, I offer worship. Tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harimede. Unto that Hari, knowing whom samsara ceases to trouble me, I offer worship. द्वन्द्वैकत्वं यच्च मधुब्राह्मणवाक्यैः कृत्वा शक्रोपासनमासाद्य विभूत्या योऽसौ सोऽहं सोऽस्म्यहमेवेति विदुर्यं तं संसारध्वान्तविनाशं हरिमीडे. Namaste.